Hey everybody, so I thought today I would take my trusty accomplice over here and go steal somebody's kitchen. So let's see how that goes, shall we? Alright, so here we are. We're going to go steal a kitchen. Me and my trusty sidekick. Let's go. So the trick when stealing kitchens is to be very polite about it. So we're going to ring the doorbell. Hey Will, can I steal your kitchen?
No.
No?
We don't serve your kind here.
You don't serve my kind here. Well here, hold this.
Okay.
Aha! I'm in! Alright, so Will let me steal his kitchen on the condition that I make some beef stroganoff. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to boil some water. We have here the monster pan and some water. So we're gonna turn this water on to high, and our accomplice is going to be chopping our vegetables in the background for us. And I may have just turned on the wrong burner. Other problem with using somebody else's kitchen that you have rightfully stolen is that you don't know where the controls are. So then we're going to add a wee bit of oil to our monster pan. Just a wee bit. And then our accomplice is going to hand us some onion. Just like so. Which we then place in our monster pan, and then we pass our cutting board back to our accomplice, who's then going to get us some mushrooms. Scratch the mushrooms, it's actually steak that he's going to get us next. While we're waiting on the steak from our assistant, we just give this a little stir so that the onions don't burn. And then our assistant, trusty accomplice, is going to add the steak to our monster pot here. Just like so. Then we take a spatula and we stir that around a little bit, and we turn the heat back up and add some more oil because I didn't add enough to begin with. So yeah, then we're just going to let that sear a wee bit. While this is searing, you just stir it around a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and add some pepper to that. While in the background you might hear my lovely accomplice, partner in crime, if you will, chopping up some of that there parsley stuff, which will be great. Once you added some pepper, you're going to want to take a pinch of that kosher salt and just liberally sprinkle that on there, and give it another stir, if you will. So here we have our meat is mostly browned, which means that it's time to move on to step whichever one we're on now. I forgot. Probably. Add the mushrooms. Oh. Accomplice! You're not supposed to drop the containers in. And we're going to add a little bit of water to make these nice and soft. Hey, accomplice, do we have a lid? Hey, presto, a lid. The reason why you want your lid for your mushrooms is because otherwise they lose a lot of moisture to the open air and get dry, and nobody likes dry mushrooms. You do want to check on your mushrooms occasionally, because if you're not careful, they might, try and escape or something. So you just want to keep a close eye on them, because you never know with mushrooms. They can come from all sorts of criminal backgrounds and stuff. But once your mushrooms are mostly sort of cooked-ish, then we're going to want to add a little bit of either beef broth or beef bouillon or something like that, so that we can get a little bit of extra, strong beef flavour. And so my accomplice here will add those beef cubes, and then I will come in here and stir those beef cubes in. So another one of the issues with using somebody else's kitchen is they have small burners that don't properly heat the pots of water that you're using for the noodles. So more water is being added as we speak. And now that we have water in our pot, we are going to add the noodles. Or at least my accomplice over here will just add the noodles just like that. At this point in time, we're going to add the parsley. But I'm going to do it this time rather than my accomplice. That way at least I added something. We give that a good stir with the parsley in it. It's a good idea to periodically stir your pasta, but in this case I've got the automatic spoon. It stirs it by itself. At this point we are going to add some flour mixed with water to our steak, so that way it can get a little thicker, because we don't like intelligent steak. We want our steak to be nice and thick. At the appropriate time, when the pasta is done, the pasta should be removed and strained. At this point, we add in just a wee bit of that Worcestershire sauce. Just a wee bit. Once the Worcestershire sauce is in, then we add a good healthy dollop of that there sour cream stuff, as done by my accomplice over here. And you give that a good stir, and you could probably add another dollop, and then you give that a good stir, and you could probably add another dollop, and you give that a good stir. And then comes time for the secret ingredient. Now you're probably all expecting me to say something along the lines of plain unsweetened yogurt, but that's not what this is. And once you've added the secret ingredient and it starts to do a little bit of the bloopy there, just like that, bloopy bloop bloop, then it's probably good. And then you can eat it! Then we take a bowl of this to our good friend over here, who I have stolen the kitchen from. Here you are, Will. That is the stroganoff, which you have requested. And so that is how you steal somebody else's kitchen. Simple as that. Just want to say thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.